So a bit of good news, I'm in the process of updating the game list to include more recent games. Right now it's missing probably, I'd say 50,000 games. So anyway, I created this program that goes through 150,000 games in a random order, and whichever one I stop on, I play blind. So here we go. Just Breed. Okay, with a title like that, there's only two directions it can go. It's either going to be like a horse breeding game, but they're not going to be crazy to put breed in the title, or it's going to be an erotic 18+ game. But the box art is pretty harmless, right? Just Breed. Good advice. Okay, so we have game 1 start, game 2 start. I don't know if that means it's two separate game modes, like if this is some sort of erotic puzzle. My suspicion meter is through the roof right now. Alright, there's a name entry. The town of Athome is protected by... They really gotta fire whoever's naming this stuff. Athome, really? The town of Athome is protected by the Sacred Stone of Legend, a sapphire. Alright. The keeper of the stone are a line of priestesses who are honored. Tonight is the night of the annual Sapphire Festival, where the new priestess, Theris, is to conduct the ceremony for the first time, and none can recall a more joyous occasion. Odd phrasing, but okay. Still unsure what's gonna happen, but let's keep playing here. Okay, so it looks like I'm the captain of the guard. I'm the captain of, like, the guards within the city. And this guy just gave me permission to take time off to see the festivities. Out of the way, peasants. Knight captain here. This is clearly built like an RPG. It's kind of like Dragon Quest. Found the priestess. Alright, she's saying she's nervous, and to meet her under the tree when the ceremony is finished. Well, I mean, it's an NES game. What's the most that's gonna happen in an NES game? Alright, so the festivities are over. She's been coronated. So I'm supposed to meet her over here by the tree. And can I just say, this game is very animated for a NES RPG. I like how she just, you know, slipped in the, oh, to think that we're 18 years old already, into this conversation. Suspicion meter through the roof. I am Gel Dure. It looks like somebody's kidnapping her, and this guy kicks me. That's the intro to this game. There you have it, Just Breed 2004 Stealth Trans. Stealth.rompack.net. Please don't go to that website. When they're kidnapping the priestess, her tiara drops, and I recovered it, and now I'm putting it on. That's perfectly normal, non-sociopathic behavior. Putting on somebody's article of clothing if they're missing. Not crazy at all. This is a very slow-paced game. It's not made for TikTok, not made for the YouTube attention span. I'm sorry everybody that's watching. Everybody's sad in this village, in this town, due to the kidnapping. Everybody's on lockdown. I'm the captain of the guard. I can't even leave. My guards are blocking me from exiting the city. I gotta find the elder to talk to. This NPC has the longest beard, so this guy must be the elder. Alright, he's saying if I'm going off on a quest to rescue Ferris, there's a magician that can help me to the west. So now I'm gonna go west. Can I just say, what a nice touch that the guards that were blocking me, I guess my subordinates, they let me through, but not only let me through, they're all palling and pushing me around, and they joined me in my party, in my squad. So the entire open world doesn't have random battles, it's just one big Fire Emblem battle, what I'm seeing here. Same thing as any other tactical RPG, I guess. Your characters can move only so far, only can do attacks when near enemies, unless they're an archer or whatever else is going to do ranged attacks. It's well implemented for the NES. Just take a look at this victory screen. Now compare it to something like Mario. So I made it over to this magician's house. Now look at this. Look at the fire. Look at that animation. That's impressive. This game is impressing me. It does not feel like it was made, what, 31 years ago? Alright, so this magician looks very good, and I'd like to have him in my party. But then talking to him, he just straight up says, no, I'm not going. And then he says, oh, you can have my apprentice. And then the apprentice is some weak guy who can barely throw a fireball. The story's good too. Like, they subverted my expectations. Who made this game? And for convenience sake, they give me a teleport item that warps me back to the first city. So I don't have to walk my ass through all those monsters again. It's time to set on the main adventure. When you're in the open world, the combat is just really, really slow. Like, it takes like 20 minutes to clear a map. But there are some things that, for convenience sake, like they put in an auto battle for everybody but the main character, but to just take away from the tedium. But you know, the AI is kind of dumb, doesn't know how to use magic. It's not perfect. Another nice touch is that everybody levels together, even if they're dead. So it's treated as if this group of people is one unit, although they have different stats, but they all level together. So if at the end of the map, if you only have one person alive, they've all got the same amount of experience. So there are some downsides, like the main character has to go first no matter what. I think this is the case. I couldn't figure out how to fix this. Sometimes your other party members are in front of you and you want to move past them, or you just want to move them, but you have to wait to move them. Next town over has a bunch of item upgrades, and then I found a pub that says captivating moments, stylish shows, Pub Sapphire. So the story takes a bit of an odd turn here. One of the monsters whom stole the priestess shows up drunk. I think he's a monster. I could be wrong, but he does show up here. And then one of the captivating dancers just, for lack of a better word, kicks the shit out of him. And then he gets kicked out of the pub. So I'm not sure if that was like a secret thing. Like I didn't have to interact with anybody in there, and it was just a cutscene. But I'm a little confused there. Here's an animal check. Cows go moo. You can hear it through the NES sound chip here. Cows mooing. Chickens cock-a-doodle-doo. Once again, NES sound chip. This is a lot of work going into. Nobody had to put that in there. I bet like 4 people interacted with the cow out of the 8 people who purchased this game. I mean, a lot of time went into making this game. No doubt about it. This is a solid game. I don't know what's going on. I like the story portion a little bit. I like a little bit of the combat, but the combat is so slow. It's kind of taking away from everything. Right? It's like the majority of me playing this game is just in combat. The music is very bland and repetitive, so you're just fighting 20 to 30 minutes at a time with this song on loop, and you're just going like crazy. Maps are massive now, by the way. I've exited the second town, and the maps are just massive. There's monsters all over the goddamn place. There's monster spawners now. Also, there's a boss at the end of it, so there's like, I went from fighting 5 things to fighting 25 things. 100% sure I'm not going to survive this. No matter what sort of tactical stance I take, it's just not in the numbers. I have minimal survivability. I only have 1 heal. I have to buy more items. But the good thing is that you don't get punished for like trial and error. So I did wipe on this. Everybody died in my party, but it just sends you back to it's a hospital, and he heals you up. So it's just a monetary loss. You don't lose XP or anything, which is great because it's. But the problem is I have to go back and fight again. There's a lot of grinding, from what I can tell right here. When leveling up, you do gain abilities, but one of the problems is the abilities, you don't know what they do. So I know it's an NES game, I don't know what I expected, but like, I got 2 new abilities, I don't know what either of them do, and when I cast it on a party member, it goes, oh, nothing happened, and it uses my mana anyway. And then when my mage uses his offensive ability, he casts it, the animation goes off, and then nothing happens. I guess a suggestion I'd like to make is that to speed things up, they could have incorporated some sort of counterattack system, like many other tactical RPGs, where if you strike somebody, they strike back. That would have sped it up. So I stopped playing there because it got a little bit tedious when I had to do is, I think it was a side quest, I could be wrong, where I got a priestess, or apprentice priestess. I had to escort her back to one of the cities. Basically, there's respawns. I have to keep on fighting the same monsters. I did look the game up, and it seems like you do get more captains. Let's call them captains, which would mean you'd be like commanding like 36 characters at a time, which is a lot of. That's super tedious. If they scale up the amount of monsters versus how many characters you're controlling, it's gonna be a bad time. It's gonna be like you're gonna spend like an hour moving stuff around. So Just Breed caught me off guard. Would not expect this game to come out of that title. I don't know what happened in the translation, causing that translation error. To note, this was a Japanese only game. I patched it so it's in English. The game was solid. It was a solid game. Like I said, it's probably from the end cycle of the NES. Had a lot of different colors. Had a lot of different animations. Music was terrible. The story was good, actually, for an NES game. Combat was okay, but too much of it. I'm pretty sure they could have figured something out to make it quicker. I mean, if it was not for the combat being so slow, this would have been easy S tier. Easy. High A tier. Amazing. Also, this game will be receiving the Worst Game Name Award. I mean, come on, Just Breed? I'm wondering what happened in the translation error. Are they a Justice breed of people, or what's going on? I'd love to know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.